Set at 95%. Looking good. Okay. Hello everybody, I'm El Bristow, this is Ellitopia Gaming, welcome back to KSP Live, and tonight we are starting Season 6 after the pretty catastrophic end to Season 5 with lots of explosions and running out of money and all sorts. So yes, we're starting a brand new career. We have a lot of mods running. If you want to check out the mod pack, you can head over to ellitopia.com/ESP-mods. That's ellitopia.com/ESP-mods. Link for that should be in the description of the video. You can check out the mods that we're running over there, and I keep them updated as we go through the season. You can see the last dates that I checked, the release status of those mods, etc. As far as the game is concerned, I'm going to play things slightly differently because I want the early stages of the game to go through relatively quickly. And I don't want us to get into the position where we've been in all the series, really, where we kind of run out of science and money and we end up doing the grind and things like that. So we're going to go for easy, but without reverting flights, without quick loading. Missing crew do not respawn. We do require purchase on research. Facilities are destructible and we can't use the stock vessels. So it's easy as far as starting funds and the rewards and things that we're going to get, but we have the added difficulty of no reverts and all that kind of thing. So we're going to accept that and we are going to start a new career. I'm interested to see if all the toolbar buttons are in the right place. Looks like they actually are going to be. Indeed. Hello there, Gene Kerman. It's been a while. Thanks, I've got it, because nothing's really changed. So here we are, a brand new career. Ooh, which is a little bit jittery. Why is that a bit jittery? That's strange. Now, we have, obviously, we start with everything at 0. We start with our starting 4 superhero Kerbals, Jebediah, Bilbob, and Valentina. However, I've added a mod that means that we can add our own Kerbals in right from the start. So, in answer to Jakob's question in the chat right now, yes, your Kerbal is going to be in the game. So, everyone who has had a Kerbal before will have a Kerbal again. We are going to go Jelly Kerbal. Kerbal? Kerbin. Kerman. That's it. Jelly Kerman. He's male. He can be... What do we want him? A pilot, an engineer, a scientist. We start with 2 pilots. So let's go pilot, engineer, scientist. Pilot, engineer, scientist. But we won't start with pilot. We'll go engineer, scientist, pilot, engineer, scientist, pilot, engineer, scientist. Something along those lines. So Jelly will be an engineer. We can pick whatever we want. He can be quite courageous and a bit stupid. No one is going to get the baddest flag as far as the guys that are added, because, well, that wouldn't be fair. So Jelly Kerman is our first custom Kerbal. We're then going to go with Dallas Kerman because he was one of our early Patreon supporters. He will be a scientist. We will create him. I should have turned that off. We then have 2 Williams, I believe, who are donators. However, I think only one of them is a current donator. One of them donated quite some time ago. So there we go. We have a William Kerman. I'm leaving courage and stupidity at the same, actually. Maybe I shouldn't do that. Let's we can go for Kerbal Editor. Let's see, Jelly. Dallas can go something like that. William, you can go something like that. I didn't actually do it. William, Dallas, you can go like that was what I was doing. There we go. So that's William, Dallas, Jelly. William should have been a pilot. Edit. Okay. So close that. So that's William. Oops. So the next one will be an engineer. So let's go. Oh, why is that not letting me? There we go. Let's go for Jakob. He can be an engineer. Let's go something like this, like that. Yeah, create that Kerbal. Next one will be a scientist. I can't think who else we've got on the... I tell you what, I know where I can find out. Bear with me a second. Just let me load up my website and I can have a look at who our supporters are. Because we have the supporter wall at ellitopia.com now. Scrolling down. Change the layout very slightly. Okay, of course, Harvey. Of course, how can we forget Harvey? So T. Harvey Kerman is a scientist. He can be something like that. The window disappeared. Come back. There we go. Let's see. We've got Pirate Robert Kerman. He will be a pilot. Pirate pilot. Yeah, something like that. We also have Bleat Kerman. I don't know, something along those lines. Oh, he wasn't supposed to be a pilot. Sorry, let's go. Where's Bleat? Bleat, you're supposed to be an engineer. There we go. Edit. Yeah. So then the next one should be a scientist, which I think will be our last one, which is actually an honorary supporter. And that is Wasted. Wasted Kerman. And he's a scientist, and he gets courage, and he can be real stupid. No offense, Wasted. Create the custom Kerbal. There we go. So if we close that and go back into here, we now have a nice roster of Kerbals available to us. We have 12 active Kerbals, and if we wanted to hire another, it would cost us 92,950 roots, or what, you know, square roots. The square root of 92,950, which that's kind of their symbol for funds. I really don't understand. I think it's supposed to be an F and a slash or something. I don't know, whatever it is. So there we go. Pilot, engineer, scientist. Pilot, engineer, scientist. Pilot, engineer, scientist. Pilot, engineer, scientist. Look how that worked out. We've got 4 of everybody. 4 of each career. Very, very good. So, we can also we can also give people a new uniform. Now, I've added into this the Star Trek uniforms. A pilot can have that one. An engineer can have that one. A scientist can have... Actually, no. Let's go to these ones. Pilot can have that one. Engineer can have that one. There we go. A scientist can have that one. A tourist just gets the default one. So, if we go back up here... pilot, engineer, scientist. Pilot, engineer, scientist. Pilot, engineer, scientist. Pilot, engineer, scientist. Excellent. Pilot, engineer, scientist, and a tourist. I wonder if I get... Can I... No. No other options for the tourist one, so we'll just go for default. Okay. So we can hide that. There we go. Shouldn't engineers be yellow and scientists blue? Engineers yellow and scientists blue. Yes. Technically, yes. But the thing is, that, mind you, I suppose, yeah, that's engineer... Yeah, okay, yeah, let's do it properly, shall we? Because red is for command, isn't it, in Star Trek? So there you go. Pilot, orange, gold. Gold is what we want. So pilot, engineer, scientist, tourist. Pilot, engineer, scientist, tourist. Sorry. Pilot, engineer, scientist. Pilot, engineer, scientist. That's better. Pilot, engineer, scientist. Pilot, engineer, scientist. However, Jebediah, being Jebediah, he can have the gold suit. In fact, he can have the Kirk thingy. There you go. He gets to be the actual Kirk. The real Kirk. Kirk Kerbal. There's the other William. William Ullum and William Farnham. Yes. So we do need to add another William. I knew there were two Williams. But how do we tell them apart? We've got William Kerman and William Kerman. The last one was a scientist, so the other William's going to be a pilot. So William Kerman. How do we get around this? William. I could be Bismarck. Okay, I'll call you Bismarck, and the other William is the other William. So there we go, Bismarck, and you're now a pilot. So close that, which means you should automatically get. I didn't actually create him. Okay. Bismarck, male, pilot, courage, blah, blah, blah. Create. There we go. Close that. And then go back to here. So there's Bismarck, and you are a pilot. There we go. Okay. So Kerbals are organised. Lots and lots of Kerbals in there. And the next Kerbal hire would be 101,150 funds. However, if you would like to have, if you're watching this and you would like to have your Kerbal added to our game, then head over to ellitopia.com/support, and you can make a contribution over there and let me know what you would like your Kerbal to be called, what career you would like him to have, and we can add him for free into the game. That's how things work. That's my rules. That was the handle on Twitch I used when you used to stream over there. Okay, fair enough. Right, so let's head to mission control. Let's take the initial missions, gather science from Kerbin. Words aren't working. And launch our first vessel. We will take both of those and we will head to the vehicle assembly building. Because we have to get things off to a good start. Now, got it. Okay, Mark 1 command pod is where we start. And a parachute is where we continue. There we go. And we can have a thermometer. Let's put the thermometer there. And the flight computer, we can put a flight computer. That's rather large, isn't it? Can I scale it down? No, I can't. Okay. Well, I'll tell you what, let's put that on the back. There we go. Flight computer, just to give us some information on the flight. And then I've added procedural parts to. Hey there, Optic. Welcome. I've added procedural parts to this mod pack, so we can. Let's just move that up a little bit. We can now tweak the parts to what we actually want. So we can change the texture, for example. Like that. I really like this texture. We can change the diameter and unchange the diameter, and we can change the length, but it all works within, it's limited, it all works within certain constraints. So if you have it long, you can't have it particularly wide, but if you shrink it down, you can make it a bit wider, and things like that. We don't actually need it all that big. So that will do. We can reduce the thrust to bring out, which makes the engine smaller, which is pretty cool. I like that little effect. Something like, oh, that's a little bit too slow. There we go. Something like that. And that will get us off to a good start. Oops, I've clicked out the window. There we go. So let's check. Is there anything else we can add to this? We can add a flag to it. 1.25 meter flag. Let's add 4. No, let's not, because that looks funny. Let's add 2. 1 to either side. There we go. The flags mod is a little bit buggy. It's a little bit on the buggy side. It sometimes makes parts go a little bit invisible. But nothing we can't handle. So I think we've got everything we need. So let's give this a name. This will be the S01E01-1. S1E1 dash. Actually, no, it's just the S1E1. The dash 1 and everything. I've now worked out a better way of handling that. The S1E1 is the model. So we're going to save that. It's not the S1. Or what am I doing? S6. Season 6 we're in. S06E01. Let's delete the S1E1. Let's delete that. There we go. Bye-bye. So it's the S06E1 is the model. And when we put it on the launch pad, if it's not the first time we've launched the S6E1, it will then become the S6E1-1. We can change it there. So there we go. Save that. Who's going to be our pilot for our inaugural launch? I mean, it should really be Jeb, shouldn't it? It would be a bit unfair to give it to one of these, to one of our supporters for the inaugural launch. So Jebediah gets the first launch of the season. Let's change the staging, make sure the staging's right, make sure all our resources and things are okay. Living space, cramped. Entertainment, none. Other factors, none. Time to instability, 53 days and 2 hours. So a Kerbal can spend 53 days in this before he goes absolutely bonkers and we lose control of the craft. That's part of the Kerbalism mod. There's 10 days of oxygen, 10 days of food, and 28 minutes of electric charge. This is only going to be a short flight, so we're okay there. In fact, let's remove the monopropellant because we don't need that. Let's keep that on the screen. Let's remove the food. There we go. Life expectancy 1 day. Because it makes it all lighter. There we go. Only a little bit, but it makes it a bit lighter. So let's get rid of that. Let's close that. Let's check the... let's go back to here. Check the thruster weights at 2.18. That's fine. So we save that, and we're going out to the launch pad for the very first launch of Season 6. And you are very welcome, William. That's going to drop. Please don't go bang. Thank you. I don't know why that dropped like that. Okay, so... hello, Jebediah. Let's have a quick look at him in the cockpit. There we go. Hello, Jebediah, in your nice Captain Kirk uniform. Are you ready for a launch? Let's put that back in there. There we go. Let's take some science while we're here. We'll get a crew report. 3.6 science. You look up at the stars and begin to count. You realise you should take off before you fall asleep. Keep that. Let's go for log the temperature with a thermometer. The temperature reading spikes suddenly. Did somebody start the engines? Let's keep that. And we don't get anything from that. That's just a simulation log. In fact, if I do that, does it actually do anything? No, it doesn't. Let's quickly jump you out on EVA. There we go. We can have another look at your nice uniform. You can't actually take an EVA report while hanging on the ladder of the pod on the launch pad anymore. I'm not too sure why. Let's take that data, store all that data in the pod so that we can get some more and then reboard. But yeah, it won't let me take an EVA report with the Kerbal in this situation. It lets you do it later, but not while you're on the launch pad, which is interesting, strange. Oh, world's first. What's this? We've performed an EVA test at home. Excellent. Thank you very much. So, SAS is going on. We don't need to worry about the throttle because we're using a solid booster. We're going to launch and we're going to head over to the water, which is over there. And we're going to do that in 3, 2, 1, go. We're away. We're going to go up and over to the water. Nice speed on the launch. Let's get a quick screenshot of that. First launch of Season 6. There we go. Let's go up a bit more vertical because we are definitely going to be landing in the water. And we can get some height awards while we do this. Some altitude world's firsts. There's quite a lot of fuel in this booster. And a surprising amount of thrust. We are at 3,800, 3,900. That's 4,000 meters. Can we get to 5,000? I think we might. Actually, our APO is at 8,000 at the moment. In fact, we're probably best go over a little bit like this. So we don't go too high. This is lasting a lot longer than I expected it to. Should have reduced the fuel. Well, at this rate, we're going over 10,000 meters. We're at, there we go, 350 meters a second. Our APO's coming down. Yeah, we're not quite going to hit 10 kilometers. But that's not bad. We're getting up to around 9 kilometers in our first launch. And we've travelled a fair distance from there. So while we're up here, we're flying. Let's get another crew report. From this perspective, you can see the underwater topology. Nice. Keep that. Oops, can't transmit it. Egypt. Review report. Yeah, okay, keep that. So let's get a temperature report as well. Log the temperature. The atmospheric drag causes a measurable increase in temperature. 11.2 science for that. Keep that. And we are still going up, are we? No, we are coming down now. Okay, here we go. We are coming back down towards the sea. The lovely scatterer textured sea. And let's fire that parachute. Turn off the SAS. And we can speed up time to bring us down. Look at the lovely texture of the water coming up towards us. A slow time down. There's 1,000 meters, so the parachute pops. Slows us down to 8, 7, 6, 5, 6. Okay, 6 meters per second. And a lovely view of the ocean as we come down. No EVA in the atmosphere. No EVA. Well, see, we can take an EVA report. We can't take an EVA while we're in flight. We can take an EVA report when we're in the water. We can take an EVA report on the ground, but for some reason it won't let us take it while we're holding onto the ladder on the launch pad. I don't know why. So let's have a look at these. The world's first. We've launched our first vessel. We've broken the speed record of 25, speed record of 80, broken the altitude of 500, land distance of 1,000, altitude of 2,000, speed record of 250, land distance record of 3,000, altitude record of 7,000, and a land distance record of 10 kilometers. We've travelled 10 kilometers from the Space Centre. So we've got a lot of rewards from that. We completed the contract for launching our first vessel, a very nominal launch. We couldn't have asked for more. Well, we could have, and we will at some point. 7,633 funds, 1 science, and 3 reputation for that. That is all going to have added up relatively quickly. We started with 250,000, and you'll see those easy settings that we chose at the beginning. You'll see it adds up pretty quickly. There's the splashdown. I thought you could do it in flight, just that it's dangerous while accelerating. Right, you can do it in flight, but you have to unlock the ability from upgrading one of your buildings. I think it's the science building, the R&D building, that you have to upgrade to be able to EVA while in flight. At the moment, you can't EVA while not landed, basically. You can only EVA while landed. Welcome back, Jakub. Oh, there's another world first. That's the splash into the ocean. So we can now, if we EVA, again, take the data, store the data, and now we can do an EVA report, which is a report from Kerbin's Waters. You calculate the number of snacks you should bring to be able to swim to KSP. To KSP? KSC, I think that should be. 4.8 science for that, so we keep that. Then we board again, and we take another quick cruise. See what I mean about the transparent bit on there? That's clearly not working properly. Crew report. Arr, mateys, let's show those landlubbers at KSC who the masters of the high seas truly are. Okie dokie. 4.8 science for that, and a temperature report from here. The water is colder than the surrounding air. Yeah, you'd kind of expect that. 6.4 science for that, so keep that. I don't think there's any more science we can get from that, so let's recover the vessel and see how we did overall. Okay, my goodness, okay. We are at 486,703 funds, whatever that is for the reputation, and 79 science. That's a pretty good start for one launch. So that's all the science gathered from there. That's the parts recovered. And the crew, he gained 1 XP towards his next star. That is done. And he also gets some badges from the Final Frontier mod, which I've added. Which would be these. Operational Service Ribbon, awarded to any Kerbal completing at least a single mission as a pilot. Research 2 ribbon, awarded for researching 50 or more science points, which indeed he did. EVA in Kerbin's Waters ribbon, awarded for any EVA in Kerbin Waters. Splashdown ribbon, awarded for a splashdown of a vessel in water. Distance record ribbon, awarded for any distance record greater than 10 kilometers. Altitude record ribbon, awarded for any altitude record above 1,000 meters. Speed record ribbon, awarded for any speed record greater than 100 meters per second. First Kerbin Surface EVA ribbon, awarded for being the first Kerbal taking footsteps on Kerbin. And the first landing on Kerbin ribbon, awarded for being first Kerbal landing on Kerbin. That one, technically, it says the first Kerbal taking footsteps on Kerbin. He hasn't actually taken any footsteps on Kerbin because he was holding onto the ladder on the launch pad and then he was in the water. But there we go, it's given him that because we did an EVA on Kerbin. So we can close that. We can also accept these. We gathered the scientific data. That's contributed towards all our stuff, and that's the other records that we broke, but that's all already been included in our totals up here. So not a bad start. 79 science, 486,703 funds, having started with 250. So we've almost doubled our funds in that one launch. Let's head to research and development and let's get some stuff unlocked. We have the basic engines and fuel tanks. We have the basic science stuff, which is the magnetometer boom, a new item, which is the Geiger counter, the Communotron 8, which still for some reason doesn't have a texture, I'm not sure why, the KIS user guide, a utility wrench, the procedural stack decoupler, the press mat barometer, and the stack decoupler. So we've unlocked those, but we have 69 science left. So we can unlock this one, which gives us heat shields. This one gives us the Reliant engine and the Thumper and that fuel tank. And we still got 34 left, so we can unlock stability as well, which gives us the nose cone and the radial decoupler for 18 science, leaving us with 16 science. And these are obviously at 45 each. So we've unlocked 3 tiers of the tech tree from that one launch. Now you can see why I went for the settings that I did. I want us to get the start of the career over as quickly as possible so that we can move on to some more interesting stuff nice and quickly, because you've seen the start of KSP time and time again. I mean, this is the sixth series that I've started, so you know, you've seen it at least 6 times if you've followed me right from the start. So let's have a look at what we've got here. Test the hammer at the launch site. We can do that. That's an easy one. I've got an itchy nose, excuse me. There we go, that's better. That's a nice easy one. Not a lot of funds from it, but it's nice and easy. Escape trajectory. Haul flea solid booster into flight above Kerbin. We want you to haul the RT5 flea solid fuel booster into flight above Kerbin. Have RT5 flea solid fuel booster. Incomplete. Is this one do we actually have to test it, or do we just have to get it there? Have it, it says. Kerbin flying between 23 and 29,000 meters with a speed of 350 to 500. What's the RT5 flea? That's the small solid booster, isn't it? I reckon we could probably haul that into flights. We haven't got any active contracts at the moment, have we? So if we haul that and haul a Mark 16 parachute into flight, 1,000 to 9,000 meters at 50 to 240 meters a second. Can definitely do that one. Haul a Mark 16 parachute into flight. Yeah, okay, let's do that. And let's take the one that was on the launch site, the hammer. We'll test the hammer on the launch site. Ideally, we want to take that one as well for Escape the Atmosphere, because we might actually end up doing that on this thing. Shall we upgrade mission control straight away to give us more active contracts? It's only £37,000 apparently. Pounds sterling they're using for that, even though that's our currency. 37,500 funds is not a lot. We've got 500,000 because we've just been given an advance. That means we can accept up to 7 contracts. So I'm going to do that just because. And then I'm going to accept Escape the Atmosphere as well. So we've got 3 targets. Escape the Atmosphere, test that on the launch site, and take that to 1,000 to 9,000 meters. Should be pretty easy. So, let's ditch that. And we'll keep that because we might get upper atmosphere or something like that. The Mark 16 parachute is the one that we've got, so we're going to be hauling that with us anyway. I'm going to take some precautions on this one. I'm going to take a heat shield. Where are we? There we go. Now, we've got the standard heat shield, or we've got a procedural heat shield. I believe they are basically the same. That one says mass of 1 ton, which doesn't sound right, but that's a mass of 0.3 tons. So I'm going to take that, put that on there, and then we will take the stack decoupler we just unlocked. Actually, we've got the procedural stack decoupler that we just unlocked as well, so we could do that. Why does it let me do that? It should be that. There we go. And I can actually say texture that. Impulse force percent. Right, okay, so none of that's important. Diameter? No, we'll leave the diameter as standard. Can I shroud enabled? Out of interest, if I go for that one, do I get to... Sorry, that's not what I meant to do. I meant... Where is it? What's that? Food container? No. Oh, this one. If I take that instead of that... Is it as heavy as it says it is? .9 to 1.2. No, it's about the same. Right, see, I can change the texture of the heat shield to make it ablative, Atlas, blue side, Copernicus. I quite like the Copernicus one. Cryogenic. Okay, German. Gold foil. Gold foil's nice. Let's have gold foil. Shroud enabled. Fairing. There we go. Original, I think, is the one that I like. There we go. That should be there. And then let's go back to here and get that and do that. There we go. And then we can say that. There we go. Looking nice and tidy now. Fairing. We can bring the fairing in very slightly. Like that. Very nice. Okay, then we need the hammer. Where's the hammer? That's the thumper. Ah, that's the hammer. Okay. Ah, that wasn't the one I thought it was then, because I thought they were asking us to test the thumper. So let's have, because we want to try and take this thing to like up into the atmosphere. I'm just trying to think what we want to do. If I go for procedural liquid tank, and we'll go for some liquid fuel on here, make it a little bit longer, and then we'll stick an engine on the bottom. We'll have the Reliant on there. There we go. And then we'll go for another one of these. There it is. Why has that got a gap under it? I don't know. Unfortunately, you can't change the colour of that shroud. Can we move that up? Yeah, I can. Okay. There we go. So then under that we will have our hammer. In fact, should we have more than just the one hammer? 2034 meters a second. We should be able to get into the atmosphere with that, shouldn't we? I think. Let's limit the thrust on that down to 1.98, that'll do. So engine, that fires, that engine goes, that fires, then the parachute. And this is going to be the S06E01. Anything else we should have taken with us? Oh, we've got some new sciencey things to test out, haven't we? So let's take the Geiger counter, which can go there. We've got the thermometer already. Submersible oceanography and bathymetry. I don't... Let's take the communitron. Let's have some form of communication. I don't know if we are going to be in a position where we're landing in the water. We probably will be. But I don't know whether it's worth the risk of taking more weight with us with the oceanography. The magnetometer is a bit ugly to be attaching to this. Not that this is a particularly attractive craft in the first place, but I'll deal with those experiments a little bit later. Can you do live streams on Twitch? I used to do live streams on Twitch, but I kind of prefer doing them on YouTube. I have far more subscribers on YouTube than I ever did on Twitch, so I prefer to kind of stick. Hello. Yes, I ran into a slight technical difficulty. My computer crashed. As in full-blown crashed and restarted and everything. Not KSP, my computer. So apologies for that. I I'm just starting things back up now. I'm hoping that that didn't cause us any problems with the recording. I've been having some issues with my computer the last couple of days. Well, this is just another one of those issues. So we'll be back up and running in just a moment. Apologies, it is quite warm in here. It might be an overheating issue. I'm just going to go and open a window. Does thermal paste on a processor degrade over time? I don't really know. Don't know if you guys would know that either, actually. We are untangling space tape at the moment. Generating ablation cascade, yes. Ablation, the thing about heat protection. I wonder if it auto-saved the craft we were working on. I assume you guys can hear me now. I assume I am actually still coming through to you. What are you telling me about and why aren't you silenced? Go away. Mute not selected apps. That should be on my thingy. I can hear you. Thank you very much. Good, good. My phone's buzzing at me a lot as well. Okay. Hide that. Start game. Resume saved. KSP Live S6 load. And then let's go back to game with camera. And hopefully that won't happen again. Hello. Okay, so for the benefit of YouTube, my computer just crashed. I've got a feeling I have an overheating issue with my machine. I need to pull my processor out and reapply my thermal paste. Hopefully that'll fix things. It's been a little bit unstable the last couple of days. And I've been pushing it quite hard. So apologies for that interruption. More so for the people that are watching live. Apologies for the interruption. Let's go back into the vehicle assembly building, which is where we were. Looks like everything else is saved, but did it save the progress on our craft? Can I do open? Auto-saved ship. Load. No. Poop. Okay, so let's quickly try and put that back together then. I bet it's saved all the stuff I unlocked, hasn't it? Yes, it has. So, we'll go for one of those. And we went for the gold foil. We reduced the fairing down a little bit, and the fairing was set to original. We go like that. We then go for that one, go for that on there, and that gets original too. Okay, and then what did we do? We clicked out the window. I think we did click out the window as well, actually. Length that up, and then one of those on there. and then one of those on there, which I had to scooch up a little bit because of the weird overlap or underlap, if that's a word. And that should be on original 2. And then we had one of those on the bottom, and then we added some science things, which is one of those, which is a Geiger counter, and we added an antenna. And then let's flip that up like that. Anything else that we added? Oh, we need to add a barometer. We didn't add a barometer last time. Let's add that there. Don't think there's anything else. Oh, let's add a flag. One on either side. And let's do the same as I did last time. Let's move it in so that it's not sticking out. Looking good. Okay. I'll tell you what, actually, let's stick a chute on here. Let's unlock this. Stick one chute. It's automatically adding 2. I don't actually want 2. I also don't... there we go. I want snapping. I only want 1. Like that. Why is it kind of sinking in? Let's go like this. There we go. And likewise, we can add a chute to this. I'm going to overlap the flag if I do it here, aren't I? Let's move the flags to the sides. There we go. Oh. There we go. Oh, I don't want to. Oh, there we go. Lovely. Okay, so engine fires, parachute and thingy goes. That engine fires at the same time. Then parachute and thingy fires, and then later that parachute fires as well. Good. So this is the S06E01, and I'm going to save it before it crashes again. Neat covering, looks like a quilt. It does, doesn't it? I quite like it. I hate the fact that some of these go transparent when you're looking at them from certain angles. Okay, so who's going to go in this one? We took Jebediah on the first flight. We'll take Valentina. Let's be fair. Let's share it out evenly. Let's give Valentina this one. And we'll save that, and we'll take that out to the launch pad. Now, we're going to have to be careful with this one because we're going to be going higher. We're going to have re-entry effects. We've got to make sure that we are coming down at the right speed and the right angle and things like that. If we manage to get outside of the atmosphere, which is kind of our goal. Food reserves are getting low on S06E01. Anything edible is being scrutinized. Valentina is our pilot. While we're on the launch pad, let's get the usual sciencey things from the launch pad. So let's go. We've already got a temperature report, haven't we? So that's going to give us nothing. So we reset that. But we can get a barometer report. Log the pressure data. Mission control checks the readings against the local weather report to calibrate the barometer. 4.8 science. Keep that. Radiation data. Holy cow, these results are amazing. Are they? Okay, 4.8 science from that. Keep that. And that's it, isn't it? That's everything that we brought. We can actually transmit those, although we don't have much electrical charge. So I'm not going to. I'm going to do the same as I did last time. EVA. There we go. There's Valentina with her, her red command uniform. Lovely. You can... No, not log temperature. I want you to take the data. You should be able to reach it. Really? You can't reach it? You can reach that one. Take that. Oh, we didn't do the temperature, that's why. I can't quite reach the Geiger counter. That's a shame. Board. Oh, there's the engine. Hello. Right, I'll have to transmit that one then. It's 8 mits. Hopefully that won't kill our electric charge. No, that's okay. Radiation data. Which mod is that actually? That is, I believe... I can't remember. Is it the Orbital Science mod? Or is it... Infernal... It's not Infernal Robotics. Check the mod list. The mod list is at ellitopia.com/ESP-mods. Or you can go to ellitopia.com. I think it's in one of the menu items at the top. And the full mod list is there. And you can check. I think it might be the Orbital Sciences mod, or one a bit like that, something like that. But by all means, go and check that out. Yeah, that's the one. D-Magic. Yeah, I think it's in the very latest version of D-Magic. But there we go. So let's. In fact, let's keep our resources on the screen. Valentina is ready to go. We are going to launch. We're going to head towards the water again, but this time we're going to try and get a bit of height. See how high we can get this thing. We should get one of our contracts completed straight away because we have to test the hammer from the launch pad, so we're going to get that. We need to get to 1,000 meters to 9,000 meters between 50 and 240 meters per second to complete this one. I don't think we have to do like run test or anything like that like you used to do. But we'll see. If we fail, it doesn't matter, you know, we'll just run it again on the next one. So Valentina is here with the S06E02 and we're ready to launch. In 3, 2, 1, go. We're away. We're heading in the right direction, which is up. We're going a bit fast. Need to get to 1,000 before we go over 250 meters per second. Come on. Let's turn a bit. There we go. We managed it. Okay. Just about. In fact, not just about. We managed it fine. We're not anything near 2,250. We've just hit 250 meters a second. So we tested the hammer and we tested the parachute. We're going a bit too fast. This fuel isn't running out very quickly. Apoapsis has just hit 10 kilometers. We can turn a bit. Dump that. Whoops, let's get our... Oh dear. Okay, we will not be going to space today, by the looks of this. Because we came off our prograde by too much. Can we recover it? No, is the answer to that. So let's do this and then do that. That recovers it. Oh, we're being pulled to one side very heavily by whatever it is that we've got attached to the back of our craft. Can I hold it? Let's reduce our thrust quite considerably, and maybe we can hold it in place a bit more. That's better. However, we're not going to space today. We're going to about 20 kilometers. Parachute is not symmetrical. Yes, I know, that's what's pulling us. It is the parachute. it had a bit more of an effect than I expected. Are we going to get upper atmosphere? I don't know if we're going to quite reach the upper atmosphere. Is it at 19? Oh, is it 19 and a half? I don't remember. If I ditched that, we'll have slightly less weight behind us, which means we might be able to get slightly higher. I'm not sure. Crew report. Upper atmosphere, there we go. You wonder what is down there on the surface. If only you had some binoculars. Keep the experiment. Log the pressure data. It reads -3. Huh? That's funny. Oh well, they can figure it out back at KSC. And the temperature. Log the temperature. Let's see. Temperature. Slightly cooler than the fiery pits of hell. Yep, that covers it. Keep that experiment. And let's get the radiation data. Holy cow, these results are amazing. Again. 14.4. Nothing more we can get. We've got the crew report already. We can't do an EVA up here just yet. So we haven't escaped the atmosphere, but we have completed 2 of the contracts. Look at that. I love that heat shield. And we are now heading back downwards. Why are we heading in that direction? Oh, that is the right direction. Okay. So what do we got? All the Mark 16 parachute, we earned 33,750 funds, 4 science and 8 reputation for that. And we got 9,000 funds, 2 science and 2 reputation for testing the hammer on the launch pad. And we are now heading back down towards Kerbin. So let's speed things up a bit. We didn't go anything like high enough to worry about re-entry effects or anything like that. Let's turn off SAS. And then fire the chute. There we go. And we'll come down nice and gently, hopefully. Parachute opens. Phone buzzes. Be quiet, go away, phone. And we're going to splash down nice and gently by the looks of things. And then we'll get Valentina out, and I think we can do the barometer. Oxygen reserves restored. The crew is taking a breather. I didn't even see the warning to say that we didn't have the oxygen. Interesting. And splash. So, out you jump, Valentina. See, we can't. There's no point in us doing an EVA report from here because we've already got that one. Was that flying above by any chance? No, it was from Kerbin's waters. So if you take the data from the barometer, you can't reach the radiation one, so you're going to have to let go. Go for a bit of a swim. And oh, why can't you take the radiation data? We can't take the radiation data, so I'm assuming we have to transmit it, do we? Okay. Interesting. That's unusual. Can you grab? What was that? I saw some strange icons then come up. I can't get back in. I'd like to grab or... No. That's a pain. I wanted to get the Geiger counter reading from in the water. But it's not letting me. Okay, well, we'll have to recover Valentina on her own and recover the pod separately. Did we get any recovered stages? Valentina gets a lot of badges. Next. Done. Oh, didn't mean to click that. So Valentina gets any Kerbal completing at least a single mission as a pilot. She gets the Research 1 awarded for researching 10 or more science points. She gets EVA in Kerbin waters. She gets Splashdown. She gets distance record for 10 kilometers, altitude for 1 kilometer, speed record for 100, and 10% solid fuel booster ribbon awarded for launching with solid fuel booster at 10% of ship mass. So we close that. We can recover that debris. That's why that didn't mark as recovered. Nothing happened. And there's some more debris. Nothing happened there. And some more debris. Recover that. There we go. So that's that done. What's this? More worlds first. We have return to the surface. Okay. So everything recovered now? Everything back safely? I think so. Good. So we now have 87 science again. So let's head back into the R&D building. And let's have a look at what we want from here. So we've got procedural battery, orbital telescope, the Probodobodobodine Sputnik, the Stay Putnik, the solar panels, rechargeable battery, mystery goo, radiator panels. We probably need to unlock that before we do anything else. But then we've got wings and reaction wheels and things. Plane stuff. Plane parts. The wheels that never work properly. Because they're uneven and they cause a yaw. Storage parts. The struts. Advanced rocketry is the the radial attached boosters, and the Terrier and things like that. They've been moved actually. They've been moved to a higher tier. The little mini boosters, air augmented solid boosters. I think basic science is where we want to go because more science, you know. Batteries there, and we've got the solar panels and things, so that's a good idea. We only need 3 science to unlock the next bit. So we still have escape the atmosphere active. Booster in flight, focused temperature survey, observational survey, atmospheric survey. So what's a focused temperature survey? Measure the temperature in flight above 18,800 meters near Rick Dunn's voyage. Below 18,500 at Dorton's fortune. Below, above. Now, for those, I would say we probably need a plane. To get the accuracy on those. You could, in theory, do it with a rocket, but they're pretty tricky to get right. My phone won't stop buzzing. That's a pain. This is the tracking station. Really? I mean, they're all pretty close to us. Mitz's jest. I mean, we could possibly do that with a solid booster. Goodness me! Shut up, you stupid phone. We could do that with solid boosters and just kind of fire it in that direction. Mr. Jest and Nerd's Shadow. It's certainly possible to get to them. I don't know. I'd rather focus on getting out of the atmosphere, to be quite honest. Let's see. That's not what I meant to click on. It wasn't at all what I meant to click on. Leave. Okay. Mission control. Right. So, escape trajectory, suborbital, booster in flight. Let's check this. Test the Thumper in flight. 4,000 to 10,000 meters. speed 380 to 560. I reckon we can do that. And it's the thumper. Haul that into flight. 23 to 29 between 350 and 500. 380 and 560. 4,000 to 10,000. $4,000 to 10,000 between 380 and 560 should certainly be possible. Let's accept that, because that's quite a big payout for that. And it's kind of how we want to be, because we want to use the thumper to get us into the atmosphere, maybe. Don't know. So if we detach that... Ooh, and let's remove that parachute, because that nearly... Oops. That nearly killed us. So the thumper, we need to test it at a certain altitude. And I'm guessing we have to test it through staging. Let's have one of those on the bottom. Over there. Let me zoom in. There we go. Gotta have the nice quilted look. I keep forgetting that I can use plus and minus for zooming, and I keep using the mouse. And then if we go for one of the... No. Why do we not have that? Okay, if we go for one of those... Now that's not going to give us any particular amount of delta V, is it? So we'll be... That'll be running out too early. So... If we go for these and we attach, say, 3 of them, like so, but then we'll do a oh, I clicked out the window again. We'll do a thrust limiter on those. Where's the aerodynamics? I want a nose cone. Yeah, procedural nose cone will do. There we go. Hello. Curve. Interesting. There we go. I like that curve. What shall we have? Let's have that one. That looks nice and aerodynamic, doesn't it? I know it really makes absolutely no difference, but there you go. I'm also going to stick some winglets on here, because we definitely had some issues. And we'll have some little diddy ones up here as well. Which means we kind of have to stay pro grade. So let's reduce the thrust on these so that we're at like 1.8 or something. There we go. And then we'll reduce the thrust on this down to something similar, 1.84. There we go. What's this saying? Mass is too high. Okay. What if we reduce the fuel down in here? It'd have to be all the way down to there. That's not great, because I want the delta V. Okay, we need to increase the... This is going to be the S06E01, isn't it? Let's save this as it is. Let's exit, and we'll go and upgrade the launch pad, because I think we can do that already. $37,500, easy peasy. There we go. Let's upgrade that. So we can now take up to 140 tons. Good. There we go. And so that's S06E03. So we can now actually load more into this if we wanted to. Let's make sure that that's got everything taken out of it. That's good. Don't need to worry about shielding at this point. Are we going to need an extra battery by any chance? We might actually. Let's see what we can do with this procedural battery. Can I go reduce the length down, increase the diameter? Yes, I can. What does it give me? Power wise, hang on, where are we? I don't know. Where's the the Kerbal Engineer? Electric charge 234. Yeah, that's considerably more. Okay, so that can go like that. Battery under the parachute. Right, we've already got everything up to upper atmosphere, haven't we? Does that add a considerable amount of weight? No, is the answer to that. Okay. Now we do kind of need parachutes and things, don't we? To recover the parts. There we go. Now we've hit the part limit, so we're going to have to upgrade the VAB as well. There we go, let's get that all okay. Now, what I'm thinking we could actually do, let's remove that, because we don't really need that. Hello? I'd like to remove that, please. And then if I mount a drogue, we can do our parachutes in 2 stages. So we'll have a drogue chute and a normal chute, and the drogue can open up higher to slow us down. Yeah, that works for me. However, we're over our part count. Why is there no fuel in that? That makes rather a lot of difference. That was strange. There was no fuel in the tank. Okay, so that's messed up all this now as well. So let's go, that can go for 1.8, that can go up to 1.8. And then we've got a throttle on the top one, so that's okay. Right, so let's save that as it is. Let's exit out and see if we can afford to update the VAB as well. Upgrade the VAB. $112,500. Yep, it's worth doing. Definitely worth doing. Okay. So this is where things get a little bit hairy, because we're going to take one of our player pilots. We are taking William Kerman, which is effectively William Farnham as far as our YouTube subscribers are concerned. Now, the reason it's a little bit hairy is because I'm going to be trying to launch this almost directly upwards. Because basically that's all these fins are going to let us do. And I want to try and escape the atmosphere. And at the same time, we're trying to test the thumper between 4,000 and 10,000 metres at 380 to 560 metres per second. So that's going to be tricky to do. In fact, I don't know if we're even going to get it to 380 metres per second, but we're about to find out. So yeah. So let's save this. Let's take this out to the launch pad, and let's hope that things don't go horribly wrong. I want to try and go straight up so that we do actually leave the atmosphere, but that means that we'll be coming straight down, which is not the best angle to be coming at the planet. Hence the drogue. Food reserves are getting low. Anything edible is being scrutinised. Yes, that's because I've minimised... There is mild panic among the crew because of the oxygen reserves. Well, okay. I've minimised the resources that we're taking with us. They've got enough to last them a day, though, so it shouldn't be a problem. Food 10% depleted. Oxygen 11%. It's actually increasing. I suppose I should have just kept the oxygen. I'm sure that removing the oxygen from something, from a tank, doesn't really increase the weight very much. But anyway, we are on the launch pad with William Kerman in his red pilot suit, in the S06E01, which hopefully will be heading out of the atmosphere. Our SAS is on. Our throttle is at 100%, ready for later, and we are ready for launch. In 3, 2, 1, go. We are away. Ooh, we're away quite fast. Okay, so let's get this up on the screen. We're at Kerbin, we're flying. And we are pushing our altitude up. Do a slight turn, not so much a gravity turn, but more just so that we don't come straight down on the Kerbal Space Center. We're at 4,000 to 10,000. Are we going to get the speed? Not quite. Not quite. Ouch. Come on, come on, come on, come on, come on, come on. Run the test. No, we were just outside the altitude. Ouch, that was so close. Right, okay, well let's turn a bit now then, because we should have probably turned a bit more. This is really trying to force me prograde because of these fins, but that's not a bad thing. Stops me from spinning for sure. Woo. There we go. This is better. This is better. Come on. We're definitely going to be leaving the atmosphere. I can tell you that. Look at that. Well, we've already left the atmosphere. So, and we're out of fuel. Okay, so it removed all the fuel out of that tank again. That's a bug. We don't have any parachutes on there, so we're going to lose that stage. Okay. Oh, nice shadow we've got down there. Look at that. Yeah, that's a very nice shadow. That's a side effect of the EVE mod and Scatterer, I believe. We are in space. We have left the atmosphere. Let's get all the information we need. A crew report. It seems we are very much in space right now. The sky seems to be mostly below us. Keep that experiment. Log the temperature. Seriously, you want to know the temperature now? We're in space. Who cares? 16 science. Keep that. Barometer. Log the pressure data. The instrument reads 0. It's as if we were in a vacuum. Keep that. And a Geiger counter. Radiation data. Holy cow, these results are amazing. Again. 16. Actually, that Geiger counter may have been added by Kerbalism, because they've added radiation effects to the solar system. So it could be part of the Kerbalism mod. We're still going up, I believe. Yes, we are still going up. We might actually land over there on that continent. The way things are going. Let's speed up time. We're going up. And we're coming down. Now this is where things get a little bit worrying, because I'm going to dump that now. We were supposed to have fuel in that stage that I've just dumped off, but obviously we didn't. And as a result, we didn't get to flatten out our trajectory. So we're going to be coming in pretty hot. This could be a risky one, but we shall see. We shall see. Let's speed up time until we re-enter the atmosphere. That's probably... Oh, okay. Until we're already burning up from the atmospheric effects. Not quite what I had in mind, but there we go. Yeah, this is going to be a problem. We're dropping way too fast. That drogue chute is going to be useless. Is it? Is it? My goodness, wow, okay. Maybe not. Ooh, that was a close one. I'm going to cut that chute, because we don't need it. There we go. Turn off the SAS. My goodness, I thought we weren't going to make that, but thank goodness I did take that drogue chute. Otherwise we were not going to make that. Got some recovered stages there, good. Slowing us down nicely. And let's dump into the water. Tell you what, while we're doing this, let's review the radiation data, transmit that, see if we can grab some more quickly as we're coming down, and then again in the water, because we've got the battery power this time. We do not have the battery power this time. What is going on? These procedural parts are messing us up. Right, so if I do radiation data there, yeah, so we've already got that one. Keep that experiment. Sorry, we haven't already got that one, is what I meant to say. And there is our splashdown. So if I now do this... Oh, okay. If I do that, what happens is it self-rights itself, because it is effectively a buoy at this point. Yes. Okay. So bang goes that idea. Okay, so we're just going to recover the vessel. We've already got the crew report and everything from this area, so recover, and well done, William. You have safely returned from a very, very risky launch. Let's see what ribbons William was given. He's got quite a few. He's the first Kerbal in space, I suppose. So, ready for next assignment. 1 XP gained after all that. Oh, clicked out the window again. So, awarded to any Kerbal completing at least a single mission. Research 2, awarded for researching 50 or more science. Well done. Awarded for a splashdown of a vessel in water. Landing on Kerbin, awarded for landing on Kerbin. G-Force 7 ribbon, awarded for withstanding an acceleration of at least 7G for 3 or more seconds, I believe that is. That will be that landing. 7G, goodness me. Mach 1 ribbon, awarded for flying horizontally at Mach 1 below 30 kilometers in Kerbin. Again, that's probably that re-entry. Distance record, awarded for any distance greater than 10 kilometers. Awarded for being the first Kerbal in space. He gets the first Kerbal in space ribbon. Congratulations, William. Significant contract ribbon, awarded for completing any significant contract. Altitude record, awarded for any altitude record above 1,000 meters. I think he managed that. Speed record above 100. And launching with a solid fuel booster at 10% of ship mass. So lots and lots of ribbons for William. This is some tips now about food and oxygen and scrubbers and greenhouses. Thank you. Stage destroyed. Okay, stage S06E01 debris destroyed. That was the one that we didn't put any parachute on. Fair enough. Escape the atmosphere. What is it like up there? We hope it's fun because you're coming back very soon. Well, he's already come back. Completion reward 70,508 funds, 13 science and 31 reputation. Stage debris refund, good. Yeah, stage recovered, stage recovered, stage recovered. Okay, and the world's first. We've broken the altitude record of 22 kilometers. Speed record of 790. Altitude record of 70 kilometers, which is the leaving the atmosphere. We've reached space. We've broken a land distance record of 32 kilometers, and we've broken a land distance record of 100 kilometers. Fantastic. Not a bad start. No Kerbals lost. So if we go to the astronaut complex, we've got 3 pilots with 1 XP. No stars as yet. We can actually, if I close that, we can go to here, which is the Final Frontier mod, which shows us all the ribbons. And we can see our Kerbals with their ribbons in there, which is pretty cool. We can also award kind of random ribbons. We can award any custom ribbons we want as we're going along. Was this United Kingdom ribbon? Bronze S25, no description. Bronze Heli Pilot ribbon. Interesting. Qualified engineering, awarded for having the necessary skills and knowledge for completing a space mission training program. Interesting. So I don't know what all of the ribbons are for, but some of them are awarded automatically, some of them are awarded manually. We could, in theory, as a part of the series, introduce some of our own ribbons and award them to people, maybe. But for now, there we go. That's a very good start. And I'll tell you what, let's have a look in the research and development. We could go straight up to here for 90. Oh, look at that, a ghetto blaster. Not quite sure what purpose that serves. It's entertainment, I think. That's part of the Kerbalism mod. That's some parts. The Clampatron, the Communitron 16, which is that's the texture from the one from before, so that's only an 8. Okay. A bottle of beer. Surveillance camera, the ablation thingy, these guys, or we come back to flight control. We have the R8 winglets, the Delta Deluxe, and the inline reaction wheel. We have aviation for the wings and the plane stuff. We have general construction. I think actually we want the aviation stuff because there's some contracts that we're going to need to pick up on Kerbin that are probably going to need to fly to. So I'm going to take that one for the moment. We've got 110, so we can unlock 2 more of these. I think this one is probably quite important, so I'm going to take that one. General construction's got struts. Struts could be quite important. But equally the R8s could be quite important. Struts or winglets. Struts or winglets. Let's go for struts, I think. Winglets can come later. So 20 science remaining, 570,461 funds. We have what we need to build a basic plane, I think. The problem is that these wheels are not very good. I'm not sure. Steerable? No brakes. I didn't realise they had no brakes. I don't like the idea of building a plane with those wheels. I might have to build it with those, but then if they've got no brakes, that could be a big issue. A turboprop engine. The problem with these is they're not very stable, and they've got kind of a wonky aerodynamic to them, so they can kind of pull you off to one side. I'm hesitant to use those for a plane. Anything else we need to upgrade? Orbits visible, patched conics visible. See, we could probably do with the patched conics, I think, so we're going to upgrade that. Probably best to upgrade the runway, even though we haven't made any planes yet. Astronaut complex. See, we have more than 5 active Kerbals already. Kerbals can disembark only on Kerbin. We need that. Kerbals can perform EVAs, and Kerbals on EVA can place flags, so we'll do that, and it kind of balances things out because we have the Kerbals anyway. We have more than 5. Flagpole. Don't want to change the flag. Thank you very much. No repairs needed. Are we interested in anything in the administration building? We could have a look at something like outsourced R&D, because we're getting a fair chunk of funds at the moment. So that would take 5% of our funds and give us 1 science. Which wouldn't be a bad way to go. So that's fundraising from reputation. Science from reputation. I kind of want reputation in the early stages, but the funds are actually quite free-flowing. So if I did, say, 15% commitment on that... Oh, it's the wrong way round, isn't it? No, it's this one we want. Takes the funds and yields 1 science for every 12,000 funds. If I do that at like 15%, so it'll take 15% of our funds, any funds that we earn, and give us 1 science for each 12,503 that it takes. It's only a trickle feed extra, isn't it? I'm not sure. No, I'm going to hold off on that for the moment. I'm going to give that a bit more thought. Already upgraded that. How much does it cost to upgrade that? 225,500. We don't need to do that right now. But I'm glad to know that that's not ridiculously expensive. And that allows surface samples and resource transfer. Okay. So we're at facility level 2 for most things that are important. That's at level 2, that's at level 2. The runway's at level 2. Spaceplane hangar's not. But we can come back to that. VAB is... Administration building's not, but again, not too worried about that for the moment. So, I think I'm going to call the stream to a close there. It's been a very good start to Season 6. We've had 3 very good launches, given our pilots, 3 of our pilots, some experience. We've added all of our Kerbals in. We've given them all a nice uniform. And we've had a look at the first few missions. So yeah, I'm going to call the stream to a close there. We almost killed one Kerbal. We managed to avoid that just about. Not going to push my luck for this evening. So thank you for watching, guys. I hope you have enjoyed this, and I hope you will be with me for the rest of Season 6. It's going to be interesting. It's going to be fun, and hopefully it's going to be a bit quicker, a bit faster paced than Season 5 was. If you've enjoyed this, then don't forget to hit the like button. Don't forget to subscribe so that you get notifications next time we go live and whenever we release new videos on YouTube. I've still got the information for Stream Tip and Patreon on that end card there. I'm actually now funneling everything through ellitopia.com/support. The Patreon page is still running, but the Stream Tip page not so much. You can now contribute rather. Donate or contribute, phrase doesn't really make much difference, via ellitopia.com/support directly. It actually means that if you do manage to contribute, I actually get a bit more of it, because Stream Tip take a slice, whereas if I do it directly through ellitopia.com, then I get more of it. I just have to pay the credit card processing fees or whatever. Patreon.com I'm keeping because that's monthly and it's automatic and I don't have to worry about recharging anything and blah, 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 blah. So if you can offer some support, then please do so. Any support from, I think on the website you can support with 50 cents. Via Patreon you can support with €1 or $1. I can't remember if it's euros or dollars on Patreon. They've removed the 50 cent tier, which was a bit of a shame. But yes, any support you can offer would be very much appreciated. Thank you for watching, guys. I've been El Bristow. You've been watching Ellitopia Gaming. This has been the start of KSP Live Season 6. Don't forget to support the indies. And I'll see you next time. My music won't start. Come on, music. Where have you gone? Music. Ah, there it is. Bye, guys.